Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. My name's Levi McCurdy, and this is episode 158, and I just got done slicing and dicing 12 coconuts, and I'll tell you what that's about a little bit later. Listen, summer is coming to a close, okay? So, of course, as you can see behind me, we're headed back to the Chicago penthouse. It doesn't make sense. Now that winter is upon us in the colder season, it doesn't make sense to keep going to New York every week. So we're going to take the helicopter. It's going to cost a little more weekly, but that's okay. We're doing a little bit more numbers now.
What are we doing?
And so we're going to find a way to afford to go to Chicago every week to record, because Lord knows we can't do it where I actually live. So we're back now, and it's going to be a good time. Listen, we've got a lot of fun things planned this episode, and I'm very, very excited. We cut some stuff out from earlier in the week. We were going to talk about RFK and how he loves just dead animals, and how now his daughters come out and said that, like, he cut off a head of a whale with a chainsaw strapped to the car, and the whale juices were falling in the window on the kids as they were driving home.
What are we doing?
And there's not much else to that story. That's why we're not covering it, and that is the story, and that's all you need to know. And so basically, we're starting this campaign, this hashtag that hopefully catches on, hashtag keep RFK Jr. away from the dead or close to almost dead animals, like the ones like the baby bears that get hit by minivans and the whales that wash up ashore on the beach. Keep him away. And that's why we nixed the story. So, but we've got more important things to talk about. LuBug's getting restless. He knows he's involved this episode. He knows, listen, he heard, okay? LuBug heard, and he's getting a little antsy. He thinks the government's coming for him, okay? Or at least one or two Haitians. Well, here's the news. Listen, we've got the Super Bowl. The halftime show at the Super Bowl has been announced. Everyone's heard the news. If you didn't hear the news, your friend probably told you about it. And if you're within my circle, I was probably that friend. And so, Kendrick Lamar, are we happy about it? No, of course not. We've got four people we have to talk about here. First and foremost, unfortunately, it's not Post Malone. Okay?
What are we doing?
There's absolutely no chance. We scoured the archives. We reached out to teams and people involved. There is, from what we have discovered, no collaboration song in the works and or that already exists between Post Malone and Kendrick Lamar. So our hopes and dreams of seeing Post Malone at the Super Bowl anytime soon, we can now only hope to rely on via a commercial, because Lord knows that some organization, some company, someone somewhere is going to put him Bud Light, you know what I mean? Like, we'll most likely see him in a commercial, okay? So unfortunately, it's not Post Malone, but Kendrick Lamar was not the obvious choice. Were we expecting this? I don't think so, okay? I had a few different people in mind. The internet had a list of its own, but Kendrick Lamar being on or anywhere near the top of that list was a blind side, I think, for a lot of people.
What are we doing?
And so the first and foremost obvious issue with this decision is, hey, what songs is he going to do? Because he doesn't really have, like, the library, the archive, like what? Like, there's maybe, I said to Carlos, I said, you know, what songs could we possibly do? And it's, I mean, not that many. Like, name 5 Kendrick Lamar songs other than Not Like Us, okay? So it's just one of those strange situations. I said, I told, so what? We have Humble, we have Good Kid, Mad City, we have Not Like Us. I mean, he might have 6 songs. He might have a grand total of 6 songs. And if we're lucky, He's going to, what, I guess probably now drop an album. There's no chance in hell you're Kendrick Lamar and you're still riding the roller coaster of Not Like Us. We get it, bro. It's like we gotta drop new music. We have to drop new music now, or at least in the next month or so, at least a month before the big show. And that way we can get acclimated to at least maybe one song you're gonna do. But when in the history of the Super Bowl has an artist ever done a newly released song? Maybe frequently, but is as recent history that I can recall, the last few Super Bowls have only been the songs that we all know and love, so we can sing along, enjoy the show, no one's disconnected, under my umbrella. Like, it's just something we can all tune into because they've been pounding these pop songs into our heads on the radio for the last 5 years.
What are we doing?
And so Kendrick dropping a new album most likely, I guess, won't help him in that category. So, and listen, dude, I'm going to say it once. I'm not going to say it twice. I might say it twice, but I'm definitely not going to say it a third time. I swear on the life of my dog, I will ship the dog to Ohio.
What are we doing?
If Kendrick Lamar plays Not Like Us more than one time at the Super Bowl, that's it. We get it. You get to play it one time. We're giving you a one-time pass, bud, because if you play it like 18 times like you did at the Juneteenth concert, I understand. You were celebrating the holiday. You were celebrating the win of the rap beef battle. I fully grasp the nature of you wanting to play that song 18 times in a row because you don't have the discography to fill the rest of the time that they booked you for the concert.
What are we doing?
And so it's fine, but please do not give that to us at the Super Bowl, Mr. Please Sir Kendrick Lamar. If you can hold off, let's do it just one time, please. And so the big rumor, the big conspiracy, the big hoopla of it all, I'm so excited, I'm knocking the mic, is will Taylor Swift show up to do the Bad Blood collaboration? And analysts, YouTubers, podcasters, everybody, were assuming that that might happen. But if you come to a Taylor Swift expert like me, if you look at the channel, there's a vast amount of Taylor content here. I think we know what we're talking about. I'm going to assume that if, and because we've already talked about this, Taylor is not Super Bowl. She has surpassed the Super Bowl. She doesn't need to do it. If she would do it, it would be for fun. But if she would do the Super Bowl, I would imagine it would have to be her show. I don't think there's a chance in hell that she is associating or just being a feature guest, a feature appearance for 30 seconds. I mean, it would be the ultimate ploy to get us to watch the entire thing if we knew, or as soon as we hear, baby, now we got bad blood. You know what I mean? And so, or that, you know, I've got Kendrick buttons.
That fuck 'em up. I'ma do
You
my
know,
stuff.
dude, and I've got this one too, and I love them. And so, if we heard the opening to Bad Blood, we would most likely lose our minds. And so, I don't think it's going to happen. I'm putting my chips on the bet that Taylor will not show up to the Super Bowl. We've done this multiple times now, and we've all been disappointed because she's had features with a lot of people in the past who have been and we haven't gotten that Taylor. We haven't gotten it yet. And so I don't think Kendrick Lamar is it. I think if maybe, like, go back to our first mention, if it was a Post Malone Super Bowl.
What are we doing?
He's got like 1 million awards. He's got the discography. He could do the country. He could do the rap. He could do the pop. He could do the R&B. He could cover all of his bases, and it would be a pretty... Think of the features he could bring. Him and Taylor Swift are best friends. If anyone's getting Taylor Swift to be a feature in the Super Bowl, it's mother effing Post Malone. You know what I mean? And so it just becomes one of those situations where I don't know. I think Kendrick Lamar has a better chance at getting Maroon 5, or at least Adam, what's his name? Not Adam Lambert, Adam Carolla, Adam, whatever, Adam from Maroon 5, you know his name. I forgot about him when his leaked wife cheating DMs came out. I don't know his name anymore. Friggin' Adam Maroon is his new name. And so he's more likely to get him to come on stage than I think T Swizzle, okay? And so the third person that we need to talk about when it comes to the news of the Super Bowl halftime show is Mr. Aubrey Graham, okay? Drake. And what are we going to do about Drake?
That fuck 'em up. I'ma do my
and
stuff.
So what I think we need to ask ourselves in this situation is 3 additional questions. 1, will Drake be there? Okay, because he's got the financials. Drake is the type of person to get the suite, to bring all of his friends, everything front row in a bunch. Like, he'd probably get 2 suites. Like, he's got the financial backing to do something like that to show out for the Super Bowl. So question number 1, will he show up? Question number 2, will Drake fund his own Super Bowl commercial? Okay, because not only does he have the funds to be at the Super Bowl, he also has the funds to produce, upload. I mean, we saw Kanye West simply record a video from his iPhone and submit that as his Super Bowl commercial.
What are we doing?
So I'm almost positive Drake could afford to do something just a smidge better. And then boom, bam, chicken slam, we've got a Drake Super Bowl commercial that goes dummy viral. Has more people talking than the Kendrick Lamar show. That's the second question. Will he have a commercial? Will he be there? Will it be both? Or more strategically, will Drake have a concert? Will Drake have a show, an exclusive one-on-one intimate show with Drake that's maybe live streamed, maybe in person, maybe super accessible to a lot of people to take the eyes and social media attention off of the halftime show? Because if you have, 100,000 people watching you at the same time that the halftime show is going on and uploading your concert footage to TikTok and Snapchat and Instagram Reels, then now you're overcoming the halftime show in the rankings via social media, because we all know the TV rankings don't matter that much anymore.
What are we doing?
And so it would behoove Drake, I think. Here's the strategy. Save your money and don't go, okay? So answer to question number 1, does Drake go to the Super Bowl? We're saying no. Do you have a commercial? 100% yes. And that commercial, it doesn't even need to have anything in it. Just have text on the screen. 30 seconds of text on the screen. Stream a free Drake concert with millions of people right now. Here's the QR code. And now everyone is hopping the channel and watching the Drake concert instead of the Kendrick Lamar halftime show. Am I right or am I right? Yes or yes?
What are we doing?
And so that's the commercial, and then you have the show. You have 300,000 people in attendance. You do it at like a huge theater, amphitheater, Madison Square Garden. Do whatever you can do. You're Drake, okay? Make it happen, and I guarantee you have to steal his thunder now. You have to get online. You have to get in front of people in person and online. Make it a free live stream and maybe a free concert, dare I say.
What are we doing?
Take an L on this one, Drake, as far as the financials go. And then boom, bam, chicken slam. The commercial sends them to the live stream link for the people who weren't in the area to actually drive to the show. You've got 300,000 people coming in. You're flooding the economies of the streets, and it's 300,000 less eyeballs and uploads to take away from Kendrick's thunder. Yes or yes? Do it right now. I want front row tickets, if not backstage passes to the show, and I want an exclusive 10-minute, all at 9 minutes. I want 9 minutes of your time, for an interview, you and me, Drake, on the What Are We Doing podcast. Let's do it. So that's what I think his plan should be. And then person number 4, okay, is this poor man that we all know and love, Lil Wayne, okay? And Lil Wayne, for the last year, since we have discovered that the Super Bowl was going to be in the state of New Orleans, that we should have Lil Wayne as the Super Bowl halftime show guest. It makes sense. It's New Orleans. It's Lil Wayne. He has features. He has guests. He has Drake. He has Nicki Minaj. He has Like It or Love It or Hate It. He has Chanel West Coast. I mean, the features, 50 Cent, we could bring along. We could bring along T-Pain. We could bring along Chris Brown. Every artist you know and love has a song with Lil Wayne.
What are we doing?
And so there's everyone thought, including himself, everyone thought he was going to be the number 1 draft pick for the Super Bowl this year, okay? And, of course, Birdman had his 2 cents to say about it. He posted to social media, of course, swearing on Gladys, letting him know that he will get his revenge on Rock Nation for this disrespectful, not putting respect on Lil Wayne's name situation.
What are we doing?
And it's serious, dude. It's 100% serious when Birdman brings up Gladys. And to be honest with you, there's nothing that I'd love more if Birdman himself came up into this studio, sat down for 30 seconds, says, put some respect on my name, Junior. And then I say, okay, Mr. Birdman, and then give him a little smoochy peck kiss on the cheek, and then he bounces.
What are we doing?
I would love nothing more if that happened. So if he's listening, DM me and I'll send you the address. There's a seat and a microphone right on the other side of this camera with some lights for you. I would love, Mr. Bird, if you would come into the studio. Let's talk about why you think Lil Wayne should have been in this year's Super Bowl face to face. Let's do it. And so, of course, Lil Wayne had something to say. I think we have a video. He was on Instagram Live last night, and this is, of course, what he had to say now that he's mulled over all of the issues and things that people are saying online. Of course, he tweeted a few things, but this is it. Ready?
That hurt a lot for not being mentally prepared for a letdown. And for just automatically mentally putting myself in that position like somebody told me that was my position. So I blame myself for that. But I thought that was nothing, I thought that was nothing better than that best spot and that stage and that platform in my city. And so it hurt. It hurt a whole lot. But y'all are fucking amazing. It made me feel like shit not getting this opportunity. And when I felt like shit, you guys reminded me that I ain't shit without y'all.
You're welcome.
And that's an amazing reality. So, like I said, it broke me, and I'm just trying to put me back together. But
poor Lil Wayne.
God, you all helped me. Thanks to all my peers, my friends, my family, my homies on sports television, everybody repping me. I really appreciate that.
Me?
I really do. I feel like I let all of y'all down by not getting that opportunity. But I'm working on me, and I'm working.
Damn, dog. I mean, listen, he's just a sad soul right now.
What are we doing?
I don't know. Sorry, that was so loud. I don't know what what to say. Listen, we said I had a segment. Listen, and our friends over at 280 Plus talked about this a few months, maybe a year or so ago. Lil Wayne isn't the same live anymore, and so I'm wondering if that has a lot to do with it. It's not. When you go, you have to adjust your mind track and be off by a few bars because his flows aren't the same. He switches them up constantly. You never know where he's going next as far as speed or tempo. It's a very interesting experience now, the 2024 Lil Wayne concert, but that doesn't necessarily define the fact that he would most likely, with his features, because that's why Lil Wayne is Lil Wayne. Like, let's just be honest with you. His mixtapes made him, his features propelled him, and his solo albums and records through the years have been up and down as far as the charts and numbers go. And so, most people would argue that over the years it's gotten a little worse, like where he's kind of coming back. He kind of has a few catchy, one or two recent songs, but like, nothing really. It's like the Eminem now. Like, we want them. I'm done. I'm done with the Eminem. I don't want to see him at the VMAs anymore. Like, it's time to maybe let's get a Super Bowl out of him. We've already got the Eminem Super Bowl, so he should be done. Let's get a Lil Wayne Super Bowl and be done.
What are we doing?
And that's just, I mean, maybe that's what we need. And maybe the features would save Wayne as far as his show and presence as he is current day. But I guess maybe we'll probably never know. Like, if he didn't get it now, when would we expect Lil Wayne to be on the stage next? So listen, as far as next year and the year after that, I'm rooting for. I've still got our girl Miley on the list. I could have sworn she was a shoe-in for this year. I've got our boy T-Pain on the list, and I've got our boy Chris Brown. Chris Brown, T-Pain, Miley Cyrus. Next 3 years, make it happen. Give it to Lil Wayne 4 years from now. Maybe he'll be better. Maybe he'll have some better music again. Or maybe not. We'll see, okay? But besides the fact, I want it to be known. I want it to be known right now. I said it. I'm one of the very few, and I'm one of the proud people who have defended and have said nothing but nice, very nice, and very positive things about Ray Gun, okay?
What are we doing?
I was on her side. If you remember 2 weeks ago, I called him out. I'm calling him out again. You all need to issue an apology by next week, dude. I'm giving you until next week. If you don't do this, I'm going to now next time specifically call you out by name. You know who you are. If you do not get on your podcast by next freaking week, dude, and apologize to Ray Gun, the Olympic dancer, the Olympic breaker, the Olympic break dancer who you all scrutinized and said how terrible she was and what a disgrace. And for the Olympics to allow this and how it was rigged and she had her husband on the panel and her friend voted her in. And it was this whole conspiracy about how she could kangaroo hop her way to the Olympics.
What are we doing?
But shame on you all. Shame on you all, because at a time where you're claiming, oh, my daughter, oh, I could dance better than that. I got cousins who can, I've got friends, I could dance better. You didn't go to the Olympics. And she did. And she has. And she has competed. And guess what, dude? She's now the #1 break dancer in the world. Read the first line. Ray Gun is world #1 Olympic break dancer. She's the #1 break dancer in the world. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Yes or yes, you have a 1 week to apologize to Ray Gun on all of your podcasts. You know who you are. As soon as you go on the podcast and say, what a disgrace! What a disgrace she was to the Olympics. There's people who have been dancing their whole lives, and now they can't even get to the Olympics because of people like Ray Gun. Blah, 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 blah. Here's AI. that typed up this description for me, and I'm going to copy and paste the prompt into the fucking post caption.
What are we doing?
Get out of here, dude. Apologize to the woman. She's number one in the world. The World Dance Sports Federation clarified its ranking of Rachel Gunn, the controversial 37-year-old Australian B-girl, on Tuesday, a day after it was revealed she held the top spot. Ray Gunn famously failed to earn a single point in her 3 round-robin matchups in the preliminary round of the Paris Games in August, with a much scrutinized routine that included a kangaroo dance and enraged hordes of fans. The performance, however, didn't factor into the World Dance Sports Federation's rankings.
What are we doing?
Neither did the Olympic qualifiers in May and June, as ranking events were not held from December 31st, 2023 through the Paris Games in alignment with the Olympic qualification system, the Federation said in a statement. This strategic scheduling allows athletes to focus solely on the last part of their Olympic qualification without the added pressure of additional ranking events, it said. Consequently, by the end of the Olympic Games, many of the competition results included in the ranking had expired, leading to the current situation where many athletes have only one competition result contributing to their ranking. The result was Ray Gunn's number one ranking with 1,000 points earned from a first place finish in the Oceania Continental Championships from October 2023.
What are we doing?
So just because she had a bad day at the Winter 2024 Olympics and all of you American podcasters were watching on TikTok because it's TikTok, okay? You gotta stop getting your news from TikTok, boys and girls, because that's where the fakeness lives.
What are we doing?
And so this is what happens, because guess what? She's a legitimate break dancer, okay? She wasn't the only source of controversy from the WDSF rankings. B-girl Rico ranked number 2 due to her top finish at the Breaking for Gold World Series in Hong Kong in December 2023 with 1,000 points. Also caught the attention of the community because though the rankings give a preference to Ray Gunn's win. Ray Gunn's points will expire on October 28th, while Rico's will do so on December 16th, while the rankings set to change following the WDSF Breaking for Gold World Series in December. Listen, you can read the rest of the article, but I don't care what you say. Ray Gunn's now the number 1 breakdancer in the world.
What are we doing?
And I need an apology. I need an apology from every single one. You can comment on the bottom of this video, on the bottom of this episode when the apology is uploaded. I will review them, and if they are good enough, you will be forgiven. And Ray Gunn is not going to come to your house in the middle of the night and start breakdancing in either your or your children's bedrooms. I'm sorry, but I will find you. We will get your address offline because it's online somewhere, dude. And we will send Ray Gunn and her entire dance team to your house at about 2 or 3 a.m. and they will start breakdancing in the middle of your bedroom while you're trying to sleep, waking you up in the process. They may or may not go into any other bedrooms of the house. I don't know. Once they're inside, I can't control what they do.
What are we doing?
So you have to apologize. You must apologize to this lovely, lovely Australian woman who is now the number 1 breaker in the world. I don't care. That's what it says. Apologize. Okay? Listen, we all know what happened. We all know. After losing the debate this week, this Zaddy Trumpets, he started spiraling again, okay? And we all know what happens. We all know what happens when Zaddy Trumpets gets put on Spin Cycle Max, okay? He starts losing it, and we start getting Donald Trump products on the market again.
What are we doing?
We all know the products. We all love the products. This podcast loves the products. I own some of these products, okay? Who can forget the shoes, the Trump Bible, the NFT digital playing cards? Before he was president, we had Trump steaks, dude.
What are we doing?
Donald Trump steaks. I'm not joking. It was all provided and set up by Sharper Image. You could go online or call on the phone like most people did, and you could get Donald Trump branded steaks and pork loins and chicken and bacon, all raw meat, raw Donald Trump meat could be sent to your house for the low, low price of $59.99. I'm not even joking. Do we have a commercial? I didn't even plan to do that. Let's pull this up right now. Donald Trump steak meat Sharper Image commercial. Let's see what we find. What's this? Is this it right here? Here it is. Let's wait a minute. Oh, this is it. Okay, watch this. You think I make shit up? Everyone that always making shit up again.
What are we doing?
Watch right here. It's not great quality because it's from forever ago, but here it is. Here it is. I'm telling you.
When it comes to great steaks, I've just raised the stakes. The Sharper Image is one of my favorite with fantastic products of all kinds. That's why I'm thrilled they agree with me.
Oh my God, yes!
Trump steaks are the world's greatest steaks, and I mean that in every sense of the word. Trump steaks are by far the best tasting, most flavorful beef you've ever had. Truly.
My
Trump steaks are rapists, and some, I assume, are good steaks. Trump steaks are less than 1% steak.
What is happening?
The best of the best.
Now,
Home.
I'm letting it ride.
With family, friends, anytime. It's the ultimate in tenderness and flavor. I understand steaks. It's my favorite food, and these are the best.
Okay, now the edit.
What are we doing?
I didn't know. This is what happens when we look up shit live on this podcast. I didn't know that was coming, but you can get the gist of it. I'm telling you, you could get Trump steaks. He says, the only sensical thing he says is right here.
I understand steaks. It's my favorite food, and these are the best.
You're going to get the best steaks. Trust me. When you order these steaks, you're going to get the best. It's going to be the best steak you've ever had.
What are we doing?
And then, of course, like, who could forget the last Donald Trump? In 2005, this product, Donald Trump opened Trump University. Listen to this. This is real too. Established in 2005, Trump University was properly training. Was a property jeez, I am fucking up my fucking speech today. Established in 2005, Trump University was a property training program that promised to share his secrets to success. Per CNN, attendees paid up to $35,000 or higher. For the highest tier. Okay, for the highest tier of programs, but instead complained that they didn't get the insider guidance that was advertised. Trump was hit with multiple lawsuits alleging that he defrauded students, and afterwards changed the name to the Trump Entrepreneur Initiative, which eventually shut its doors for good in 2010. Hey, why do celebrities try to open schools?
What are we doing?
Like Kanye West, Donald Trump, like opening a school as a celebrity is just never a good idea because they never were, like Oprah, I'm pretty sure, like her school, I don't know. It's like celebrity schools never seem to work out. So Donald Trump is spiraling from the debate loss because it's unfortunate that it happened, but we've got a new product on the market that is going to revolutionize the industry. It's going to be the best product you've ever seen, and I need you all to have one right now. Here it is. You're probably seeing it for the first time, Mine's on its way, baby.
What are we doing?
45th President of the United Ponds of America.
Let's make fishing great again, okay?
He's here, everyone's favorite fish, Trumpy Trout.
No one has ever seen a fish like me.
Trumpy Trout is an animatronic talking fish with a big personality.
I am the hugely bigliest fish in the pond.
This is a real product.
What are we doing?
And that's all I have to say for now.
Watch his fins flap and his large mouth move as he makes speech after speech in high-fidelity sound.
Some bass, a bad fish,
I have to say it. I want to put my dick in
dangerous
it.
fish, criminal fish, and druggy fish. But some bass are good fish, and I only love some of them.
Mount him to your wall or use the built-in stand to display him proudly on your desk. Now you'll never miss a Trumpy Trout rally.
I'm building a new pond, and the bass will pay for it.
Set him to motion activated to surprise his fins. Fans.
My fin.
Scare the ever-living shit out of your mother-in-law.
What are we doing?
I'm putting one on the wall, and as soon as Sandy comes around the corner, I pray to God it scares the ever-living shit out of her. She has a heart attack, and I get my inheritance early. I'm just kidding. It was a joke. Calm down, dude. I'm hyped up. I want this in my possession so bad.
Set him to motion activated
Look,
to surprise his
stop.
fins. Fans.
Scare the
My
shit out of her,
fins are
dude.
big. I have the biggest fins. No fish have fins like me.
Or turn him on and let his inspiring words delight the crowd.
All the fish love Trumpy. They just love me.
Catch Trumpy Trout for yourself or someone you love.
Get it?
Oh, they can try, but they can't. They just can't.
Treat yourself to this limited edition Trumpy Trout for just $59.99. It comes with your official Make Fishing Great Again certificate of authenticity.
There's so many things wrong with this screen right here.
What are we doing?
First of all, it is not a limited edition. They are going to continue to produce these as people order them. You can get it whenever. Do not rush out. Second of all, $59.99. That's $60. $60 plus processing and handling, dude. That's going to come out to be at least $85 for a Trumpy fish. Now, and if that wasn't good enough, just so your audience, because they keep calling the people who are going to watch this at your house an audience. It's so strange. Your audience, aka your family and friends who come over and see this, they're going to need to know that this isn't just any old Temu, Wish.com, off the market, third-party Trump fish. You're going to get a certificate of authenticity proving that your Trumpy Trout is the real deal.
What are we doing?
It's only going to get better. I mean, it only gets better from here.
Order right now and we'll instantly upgrade you.
Oh, the stroking of the hair.
What are we doing?
Oh, can you imagine stroking the hair of the Trump fit? Just walking by and just stroking the hair of Trumpy the Trump fish.
It comes with your official Make Fishing Great Again certificate of authenticity. Order right now and we'll instantly upgrade you to the deluxe version with desktop stand and Trumpy Trout jingle free.
He is the greatest trout without a doubt, the biggest fish.
And for
Oh, man, dude.
What are we doing?
You know they got to hit you with the order right now and you'll get X, Y, and Z line. But this might be one of the best we've ever seen. You not only get a stand, so you don't have to put a hole in your wall. You're probably renting. It's not a buyer's market right now, so you're probably renting. You don't want to have to put putty or whatever up, so you're going to have to just put this on your desk somewhere, and you can't do that because you're supposed to hang it. But if you call right now, I said earlier you didn't need to call right now, but now I guess you do. You have to call right now, and you're going to get a stand, and your Trumpy fish is going to come with a pre-downloaded original piece of work we're calling the Trumpy fish jingle. Just listen to this.
free.
He is the greatest trout without a doubt, the biggest fish.
And for even more fun, we'll give you a discount when you buy more than one.
We got the shoreline secure. No bass in this pond.
Supplies are limited, so don't miss your chance to hook the greatest fish of all time.
I am the greatest trout, and there is no doubt.
This is a limited edition collectible from Top Dog Direct. Order now at TrumpyTrout.com. That's TrumpyTrout.com.
Wow, dude. I don't know if you saw this line down here. Probably not. It might be a little blurry. Batteries not included.
What are we doing?
So make sure you're stocked up. Make sure you got plenty of batteries. This thing's going to be on 24/7. You're going to need to get that Amazon big box, if you know what I mean. And if you buy more than one, you get a discount. Hello? Listen, I need one for my in-laws. My stepfather needs one. I'm going to send one to Paul. Justin needs one of these. I need one. That's 5 right there. And 5 times 60 plus shipping and handling, 85 times 5, carry the 2, 5 times 8, 40 plus 40. That's like $500.
What are we
Like
doing?
at least $425, okay? So I'm going to be dropping a pretty penny on a lot of these for Christmas this year, but fear not, everyone. I'm going to get everyone a pack of batteries. I'm going to get everyone a frame for their certificate of authenticity. And I'm also going to get everyone those Velcro, no residue on the wall, sticky hangers, so we don't have to use nails. I'm going to set everyone up with everything they need this Christmas for their Trumpy Trout fish. Yes, dude. Yes.
What are we doing?
Order now at TrumpyTrout.com. That's TrumpyTrout.com.
I mean, it doesn't get better. It doesn't get better. It doesn't. I mean, I'm doing it. Everyone's getting one. So if you have any ideas to what you think you might be getting for Christmas from me, it's spoiled because that's it. I just said it. So listen to the pod and you'll find out everything you need to know about this Christmas and this year's festivities.
What are we doing?
So look, dude, the debate, right? I had this entire plan to go through the debate clip by clip, all the topics, all the points, all the main things that we should think about and react to them and hit this button way too many times.
What are we doing?
But then I realized that would be super boring. So here's the bottom line, okay? This is the end all. This is the be all. Listen to me and nobody else, because I feel like I said it previously in past weeks of a lot of people with your business or with your personal or whatever decisions that you're trying to make and you think you've got it figured out, call me first and I'll steer you in the right direction. Here's the sitch, okay? I don't give a flying Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the ass fuck what poll or news organization you listen to that says Trump won this debate, because you're dead absolute wrong.
What are we doing?
This was Kamala's show from the beginning, okay? Essentially, the debate started with Trump scoffing at Kamala, and from there on out, it was raining hellfire over him. He didn't even want to shake her hand. They've never met before in person, and he wasn't even going to shake her hand, but she was the bigger person, the more professional, bigger person, and realized, let me shake this monster's hand, okay?
What are we doing?
From there on out, it was game over for Zaddy Trumpets, because Miss Harris spoke in full sentences. And guess what, dude? When she was asked, her thoughts on the economy and all the important shit, she answered with firm, strong policies and proposals, and then went on to talk about more important things like tax credits and how she's helping and cares for the middle class. And as soon as Donald Trump's mic came back on, he did nothing but blame every single problem in this country from state to state on illegal immigrants and the border crisis. So much so that the moderator caught on and said, okay, well, Mr. Trump, we've got it down right here. What's your thoughts and takes on the border crisis and illegal immigrants in this country? And basically, it stirred him up in a tizzy, aka he took the bait that Kamala flung right off the boat and basically spun up this story that his best friend J.D. Vance told him about the goddamn residents in Springfield, Ohio, and how they're eating the cats and they're eating the dogs and they're coming for you, LuBug!
They're eating the dogs.
LuBug.
They're eating the cats.
They're gonna
the
eat
cat.
you,
Eat
LuBug.
the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Eat the cat. 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 They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. the cat.
And ABC News did reach out to the city manager there. He told us there have been no credible reports of specific claims of pets being harmed, injured, or abused by individuals within the immigrant community.
I've seen people on television.
Let me just say here, this is the
People on television said my dog was taken and used for food. So maybe he said that, and maybe that's a good thing to say for a city manager.
I'm not taking this from
But the
television.
people on
I'm taking it from
television
the
said
city
the
manager.
dog was eaten by
Argue
the
with him.
people
Go.
that went there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again, the
yeah.
Springfield city manager says there's no evidence of that. Vice
We'll
President
find
Harris,
out.
I'll let you respond to the rest of what you've heard.
Talk about extreme.
What are we doing?
Man. LuBug. LuBug, I promise. LuBug. It was a joke, LuBug. Oh, he's freaking out. His heart's racing. He's freaking out. He thinks Donald Trump's going to eat him. LuBug. Okay. I'm sorry, LuBug. It was a joke. It was a bit. Okay. I'll get you a new bone. It was just a bit. They're not going to eat you. Okay. He's not going to eat you, LuBug. Okay? All right. Go lay down. You're okay. Okay. You did a good job, LuBug. Woo. You know what I mean? So listen, here's the entire story. Here's how this happened. This whole story, the whole thing, the whole line, the nonsense, the ridiculousness of it. Here's how the entire dogs and cats and goose nonsense story got started, okay? My aunt shared it to Facebook, okay? That's it.
What are we doing?
It's a Facebook post. My aunt got one of those messages that says, hey, Bish, if you don't share this post, we're going to deactivate your Facebook account and you're not going to be able to get it back. And basically, it's going to be gone forever. So you need to share this post within 7 days and call your senator and tell him about this problem. And so my aunt, thinking, holy shit, I can't lose my Facebook, does exactly that. Okay. So, and then it's signed like Mark Zuck, you know what I mean? Like that it's an official fake scam thing. We've all seen it, but the boomers believe it to be true every single time.
What are we doing?
And so basically my aunt then gets the phone number off the website, calls JD Vance and leaves him these insane messages about the fact that these Haitian immigrants that are taking over the town, these Venezuelan Haitian gangs that are taking over this town in Ohio, are scooping up all of these dogs and these cats and they're just eating them raw. They're going to the local park and they're wringing the necks of the geese and they're just munching on them and spewing the blood from these animals all over the front porches of these American tax-paying citizens.
What are we doing?
And so JD Vance hears this news. He hears it, and he knows that it's too good to be true, but he has to tell. He has to tell his friend Zaddy T. He has to tell Trumpets what he is hearing from the streets of Springfield, Ohio, okay? And so, listen, the issue is Daddy Trumpets is also in the generation of people who think everything he sees on Facebook is real.
What are we doing?
Just like our parents. Just like our parents, basically, is it. Most of the millennials are good to know. Some of us have effed up radars because of TikTok now, but most of us are on the straight path to know that when we get these types of messages and see these things on Facebook, we don't need to share them. 1, B, they're not real. 2, and 3, the 90-minute Rumble video you watched explaining how the government actually works is a bunch of non-fucking sense.
What are we doing?
And so Daddy Trumpets, as soon as Kamala rings in that bait, okay, Daddy T thinks it must be true. A Facebook post is where the Democratic nominee for the 2024 election is getting his facts. And by the way, just in case someone from your hometown is trying to convince you of this with TikToks and police body cam footage, just know that I am 100% sure that there might have been 1, potentially 2 cases of a couple crazy people in a small town in Ohio who might have eaten and or killed just basically someone's cat who was roaming outside. And yes, I'm sure that might have happened, okay? But listen, what I'm telling you is wholeheartedly stick with me here There is not a giant white van driving around full of Haitians just scooping up as many cats and dogs as they can for the barbecue they're hosting tomorrow. It's fake. It's a Facebook post. It's a Rumble video. It's a Russell Brand conspiracy theory. It's a 2024 election. You have to vote. Vote or die.
What are we doing?
And so that's where we're at. That's where we're at. You know what I mean?
Have done to our country by allowing these millions and millions of people to come into our country, and look at what's happening to the towns all over the United States. And a lot of towns don't want to talk. It's not going to be Aurora or Springfield. A lot of towns don't want to talk about it because they're so embarrassed by it. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs. The people that came in, they're eating the cats.
LuBug.
They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame. As far as rallies are concerned, as far as the reason they go is they like what I say. They want to bring our country back.
She baited him, and he took the bait every single time. There's no other debate to be had here. So much so that we now know, at the same time that you and I were watching the Trump-Kamala debate, so is Taylor Swift.
What are we doing?
And we've got her endorsement, okay? And she was watching, she went to Instagram, and she posted like, hey man, listen, in a nutshell, she basically said, Trump's a nasty creep. Kamala cares for me. I believe her. I'm on Team Kamala. I'm voting for Kamala. Signed, single childless cat lady, childless cat lady. She signed it.
What are we doing?
Which is basically a stab at just everything that Donald Trump and everything stands for. I was going to read it, but I just now in the moment decided not to, because guess what? It's my podcast, you know? And so Taylor Swift is now in line and rooting for Kamala. And listen, man, Elon Musk tweeting about her, dude, absolutely and utterly disgusting. Elon Musk responding to Taylor Swift and her endorsement for Kamala Harris with the tweet, fine, Taylor, you win. I'll give you a child and guard your cats with my life. Hey, man.
What are we doing?
You're disgusting. You are an utterly disgusting pig. I pray to the gods when I tag Elon Musk in this tweet, he sees it. I hope he sees it. I know he won't, but I pray to the Lords that he sees it and knows that me, no one who fucking matters or has any ounce of a penny compared to his billions, gives a shit that he is the most utterly disgusting person on this planet. I don't care if you can put up people in space with fucking 1,400 kilometers away. The billionaire paid its way. Billionaires are just paying to go to space now.
What are we doing?
They're leaving us all behind, and thank God for that. Can Elon be next? Why wasn't Elon Musk in the rocket? I want to know why Elon Musk wasn't in that rocket and potentially had the potential to possibly get sucked into space. I wish he would have been in that rocket and maybe accidentally let go and got stuck in space. He probably would have collided with his Tesla, and that's how he would have died, and he would have been a happy fucking man.
What are we doing?
And not this disgusting piece of shit that we see commenting on our precious Taylor Swift's endorsement. Listen, you don't need to agree with the celebrities, okay? We already know that a handful of Donald Trump diehard supporters have a problem with Swift anyways. Don't get me started on how she is definitely not the fucking reincarnated daughter of the world's most known hatred Satanist who died in 1497, okay?
What are we doing?
Like, it's something we don't need to discuss right now, but Taylor Swift has moved the needle. Over 330,000 of her 280 million Instagram followers since that post have gone to the website where you can register to vote since she announced her endorsement. Listen, I'm calling it now. I think it's pretty much over for Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. And listen, the Elon Musk thing, to wrap that right now, fucking Travis Kelce. If Travis Kelce was any man of a man with the mustache and the fucking haircut, he should go find Elon Musk right now and punch him square in the fucking face.
What are we doing?
It's so funny when people even like JD Vance see and hear about this Taylor Swift endorsement for the first time. Everyone was caught off guard. The vice presidents, Donald Trump, Kamala, we all have reactions from them on the Taylor Swift endorsement, but JD Vance has the best one. Here he is. Take a look.
I mean, I think there are a lot of issues that have been talked about lately that don't really matter all that much. We can guess what some of them are, but it was interesting last night that Taylor Swift gave her endorsement of Harris and Waltz right
head
after.
nod, you saw it. Watch his head go. Watch his head go.
We can guess what some of them are, but it was interesting last night that Taylor Swift gave her endorsement of Harris and Waltz right after. She
what are we doing?
3 million followers on Instagram.
283 million followers. Sorry, I covered that up with a button. 283 million followers. I say it again, the 10% rule is true. 283 million, 10%, 330,000 people went to the registervote.gov, whatever the fucking website is, and watched the dude. I mean, she has the influence, and JD Vance's response is
and I'm sure that someone brought to your
incredible.
attention that she signed it, childless cat lady. This is a phrase that you are going to hear in your dreams.
Recently, I was made aware that AI of me falsely endorsing Donald Trump's presidential run was posted on his site. It really conjured up my fears around AI and the dangers of spreading misinformation, and it brought me to the conclusion that I need to be very transparent about my actual plans for this election as a voter. The simplest way to combat misinformation is with the truth. I'll be casting my vote for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz in the 2024 presidential election. I'm voting for Kamala Harris because she fights for the rights and because I believe she fights for the rights and causes I believe need a warrior to champion them. I think she is a steady-handed, gifted leader, and I believe we can accomplish so much more in this country if we are led by calm and not chaos. I was so heartened and impressed by her selection and running mate Tim Walz, who has been standing up for LGBTQ plus rights, IVF, and women's rights for rights to her own body for decades. I mean, signed with love and hope, the childless cat lady. She's the queen. She's the mother. She says all. It's the end all be all. She has spoken. It's Kamala Harris's election. I'm sorry.
What are we doing?
But at this point in time, I'm going to need a lot of people to start wrapping their heads around the fact that Kamala Harris is probably going to be the next and first female president of the United States, okay? I know that's hard to hear and fully understand right now, but I'm giving you a lot of time to prepare, and I think it's you need to start really dialing in on the fact that this is probably gonna happen.
And your nightmares probably for many years to come. How do you speak to women voters who obviously
Let's see what he has to say.
They care about what she thinks?
Of course. Well, look, we admire Taylor Swift's music, but I don't think most Americans, whether they like her music or fans of hers or not, are going to be influenced by a billionaire celebrity who I think is fundamentally disconnected from the interests and the problems of most Americans. Look, when
what are we doing?
Say it again. Say it one more time so I can fully
understand. Is fundamentally disconnected from the interests and the problems of most Americans. Look, when grocery
send it back.
Whether they like her music or fans of hers or not, are going to be influenced by a billionaire celebrity who I think is fundamentally disconnected from the
influenced by a billionaire celebrity who is fundamentally disconnected with the people and who they are and their everyday struggles.
What are we doing?
And so if JD Vance had a moment, just 10 extra seconds to think about that. If you were to draw up a list, let's do it right now. We're going to do it live. Hopefully JD's watching. Let's do it live right now. Draw up a list of billionaires that we can think of who don't really care about us average citizens making thousands of dollars a year instead of billions. And when it comes to things like grocery stores and inflation, when bread goes up by $4, Taylor Swift doesn't notice. So Swift is number one. What other billionaires can you think of that don't give a rat's ass and that it doesn't really affect how you live, your financial status, or whether or not bread at the grocery store is a few more dollars? Can you think of anyone?
We admire Taylor Swift's music, but I don't think most Americans, whether they like her music or fans of hers or not, are going to be influenced by a billionaire celebrity who I think is fundamentally disconnected from the interests and the problems of most Americans. Look, when grocery prices go up by 20%, it hurts most Americans. It doesn't hurt Taylor Swift. When housing prices become unaffordable, it doesn't affect Taylor Swift or any other billionaire. It does affect middle-class Americans all over our country. And so I think our pitch to women voters...
It's Donald Trump.
What are we doing?
It's Donald Trump. He's talking about Taylor Swift when in reality you can replace Donald Trump's name. JD Vance, it's like, bro, this is it. It's all unraveling. As soon as pulling Biden from the race was the best decision the Democratic Party could have done. Maybe not for this country, but for themselves as a party? Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, because Trump had it in the bag against Biden. Now that Biden's gone and we've got Kamala out of the coconut tree and speaking the truth and speaking her mind and saying what people actually want to hear and can relate to, Donald Trump has now become the babbling old man.
What are we doing?
And it's kind of getting to the point where you can see that needle tipping, and boy, oh boy, the Swifties have just secured a vote. Listen, we're going to end on this, and I just have a question for the females in the audience. Fellas, if you can point the phone towards your girl or your wife, whatever, or a female friend in the room, a female anywhere, if you're listening to this, ask them, or as soon as you see a female next, if you're not afraid to talk to them, ask any female in your life what the deal is with this new trend that I think maybe if I get the generation wrong, don't sue me, but I think it's Gen Z. Is it Gen Z? Like whoever JoJo Siwa and like Haley Welch, the Hawk 2 girl, whatever generation they're a part of, like the freshly 20-year-olds, I think it's Gen Z. What is with that generation and having these male alter egos when they're drunk?
What are we doing?
Like when you drink too much, why do we label that, oh, that's Edward? Listen, I don't drink, but from time to time, Edward shows up to the party and he has a crazy time. And it's this now Gen Z trend. Look at these two. I'm going to show you two different. Look at this, okay? This is JoJo Siwa, right? Listen to this. Watch this. Ready?
God. Do you drink now?
Do I what?
Do you drink now?
So, I don't drink. There's this person named Radical Rick. Radical Rick drinks. I don't know who it is, but...
I don't know who it is.
What are we doing?
But Radical Rick, JoJo Siwa doesn't drink. She could have fooled me. I'm pretty sure she was just on stage in a shiny, bright, rainbow-colored leotard with a fucking fifth of Fireball in her hand. Was she not? So apparently JoJo Siwa doesn't drink. It's Radical Rick. Now, this seems a little weird. Like, this seems like a weird product plug, but like, at the end of the day, she's still admitting that she does not drink. It's Radical Rick. Listen.
All of a sudden, Radical Rick is like, I want to play, and...
Is that your alter ego?
That is my drunk alter ego.
And he gets drunk. Why is it a guy?
Yeah. Oh, it's not. It's a girl.
Oh, okay.
Her name is Radical Rick, though.
Oh,
it's definitely a boy's name.
Got it.
Got it. So even more confusing.
What are we doing?
It's not JoJo Siwa. Not JoJo. This is a twister. This is like a tongue twister. What is the gender of the personality? Not JoJo Siwa, so not a girl lesbian. Radical Rick, not a male, but just a straight female with a boy's name. Got it. Okay, Radical Rick.
It's
JoJo Siwa.
Yeah, you get the vibes.
Yeah.
It's stemmed.
No.
We have bikes out here that we go and ride, and my bike, the brand name is Radical Rick. And I saw it and I was like, I need this one. Like, Radical Rick's hysterical. All of a sudden then, we realized that's my drunk alter ego.
Product drop.
What are we doing?
You know what I mean? What are we talking about? So that whole thing was a setup for her stupid bike company, but still nonetheless, I fully believe that JoJo Siwa and her friends call her Radical Rick whenever she's drunk and drinking, and they fucking hate it. The same thing with Miss Hawktua herself, Haley Welch. Of course, as you know, we started the Talktua podcast. Episode 1 with Whitney Cummings is out now. It's atrocious. All they did was talk about their vaginas, and this the whole time. Take a listen.
And then you got Harley.
It's just a straight up Nicki Minaj over here. She's got all her personality.
Yeah.
So Harley, we see Harley when Harley drinks liquor. Brown
Not
liquor.
even, yeah, I'd say brown liquor.
Okay.
You can testify that.
Champagne?
Haley. Okay, so we've got Haley, not Haley Welch. When she drinks the brown liquor, not just any, she becomes Harley.
What are we doing?
So when on the brown liquor, let me see if I follow. When on the brown liquor, Haley Welch becomes her alter ego, Harley, and she's busy Hawktua spitting on that thing for Pookie, I'm going to assume Pookie is a boy, a straight male attracted to this lovely, beautiful-looking female, Haley Welch. Does that mean when she's drunk Hawktuaing on that thing and it's Harley and not Haley, does that make Pookie gay?
What are we doing?
I think Haley Welch just revealed that her on and off again boyfriend / slam piece might be into gay stuff. You know what I mean? Aww.
What are we doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching another episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. My name's Levi McCurdy, and this has been episode 158. I've got to go make sure I didn't give my dog mental problems. Until then, we'll see you next week, everybody. I can't wait until the next one. It might be late. I got things going on next Friday, just like right now. I gotta go. Peace out, everybody. Yeah.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Eat the cat. Eat the cat. They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs. Eat the cat. 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 Eat the cat.